TGV deletes. I'm sure many of you have heard of that. Okay, so check these out. Okay, for those of you who don't know what that is, basically, TGV is this part, okay? Intake manifold sits right here, or half of it sits here, and then this sits on the block, okay? So it's sitting up like that. Fuel injectors, okay, which spray in. Okay, but the normal one, normally, if I remember right, there's more material inside, and then there's also a rod, and then a like a flap. I think it's called a butterfly valve, and that opens and shuts when you throttle on and off. And when you delete it, when you do TGV deletes, you turn a stock one into this. You carve out all that stuff, you smooth it out, and then you get rid of the butterfly valve and the rod, which usually will leave a hole, and then you either weld a piece in there so it's flush, and then you sand it down, or they have block off plates or whatever. But anyways, you're basically turning it into this, okay? But these are very different in that the material that they're made of. First of all, they're made already deleted, so they're supposed to be flush, flawless, and then these are composite TGV deletes. So what that means is, because of the material it's made of, it's supposed to be more heat resistant or less heat prone than the original metal ones. So, and also because of that, you don't really have to run phenolic spacers. Most people run phenolic spacers. They're these little, they're made of like heat resistant material, and basically you put them underneath your TGVs to space them off the block so that they stay cooler, and that allows the air coming in through your air intake going through this to be cooler also. But again, because of the material, you don't really have to. And then of course when you do that, you have to put the gaskets on either side of the phenolic spacers, put another set of gaskets here. But if you notice these grooves, okay, because of these, drunk finger, I missed, because of these grooves, you put these rubber rings in there and actually fit it flush inside. That allows it to be sealed off on both ends, and that allows you to not have to waste money on gaskets. So no gaskets, no spacers. These are super light compared to the stock ones, and they're less heat prone, they're more heat resistant, whatever you want to say. The only weakness I can really see from these, aside from trying to clear a 3-inch turbo inlet, because that always seems to be a problem. They still haven't made one that's like, perfectly cut away to just slide it in, But the only real negative thing I see from this is because of the material it's made of. I'm not sure how strong it is. I know the torque specs that come with this are less than what you would normally use on a metal TGV. So I don't know what type of abuse or how much abuse this can withstand. So yeah, and I got 2 sets. I got one for me, and then the other set I actually gave to my mechanic, and he took a look. He said it's pretty good. And we compared it with the stock, or with the metal actual ones that come off the STI, and he says it looks pretty legit. I mean, he said something about there's a little flash burn, I think is what he said. I think it's like this, like it's I'm not sure, but it's pretty, it's pretty, I guess you could say, flawless. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah, and he also mentioned, and I never thought about this, but he also mentioned that on other models of Subarus, they actually come with, I think, plastic TGVs. So, I'm surprised Subaru doesn't sue these companies that make these, because they already make them. It's just they don't put them out there to buy as an aftermarket part. It comes with the car. Because I know they have like plastic intakes, and I guess they have plastic or some other type of TGV. Yeah. So yeah, this is that. This you can kind of. It's pretty sweet, and I wish I could like show you how light it really is. But my mechanic, this is the first set that has gone through my mechanic shop, from me. So I guess his car and my car are kind of gonna be like the guinea pigs. But I pretty much heard nothing but good things from these, other than people that didn't put the rings in properly and they got leakage, whether it's air or it's fuel or both. But that's cockpit error, their mistake. My mechanic's a genius, so he won't do that. Yeah, and then okay, the brand of these, Zerolift Auotlab. Now, for those of you that have seen these, when you first saw them, when I first said Composite TGV deletes, you were probably thinking either MAW, which is Motive Auto Works, or you're probably thinking TIC, which I think is Turn-In Concepts. But my parts guy, he said he had a heck of a time finding these, and he thinks what happened was, I think Motive, don't quote me, but I think Motive Auto Works creates these, and then they allowed Turn-In Concepts to sell it for them or something like that. But I think what happened, and again, don't quote me or my parts guy, but we think this is what happened. But we think that the licensing actually got sold to Zerolift Auotlab, and then they're basically going to rebrand this as their own or whatever. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's not really much of a review on like the actual functionality of it, just kind of what it is and what it looks like and stuff. And if you were any questions about it, this is what it is and what it comes with. But if you're having a hard time trying to find these right now, try Zerolift Auotlab, or Auotlab, whatever. Zerolift. They even gave me the little decal. Zerolift. It's like my decal graveyard right there, next to Super Mario. So those are the deletes I'm gonna go with. This is what it comes with. It comes with a package of 8 of these rings and these 2, and that's it. Yep. And they look pretty legit. And I'd buy them again. Alright, as always, stay tuned. I promise this build will eventually come or go underway or whatever, I'm basically on the final stretches of trying to get the parts together. I'm basically just getting a couple stragglers here and there, hoses, couplers, gaskets, and that's about it. And I gotta find out when I can turn in my car to get it worked on. Yep. Have a good day.